What up?
Bless, my
Big
man
H.
Cuba.
You already know it's a pleasure to be here.
Listen, when you go by.
See the Cuban.
See the Cuban.
Yeah,
That's
see the
what's
Cuban.
up,
That's
man.
like my production name.
Okay.
And some people call me Cuba on the beat. So it's like
Cuba on the beat. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's that splash, but
Cuba on the beat. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. But how you been, man?
Good, bro. Everything
good
good.
with you?
Working, hustling, you know.
That's all we can do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I know you do production, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what
Tell
I've
me a
been
little
doing.
bit about that, man. How you got into production and stuff?
Well, I grew up with my man BIC, and he's like an unofficial third member of the Beatnuts.
Ooh.
So we all from Corona and Queens, and on those Beatnuts albums and Curious George.
Oh,
they were involved with a lot of those projects. So I was a sponge back then.
Oh,
I was
man.
actually emceeing back then, but I wasn't touching no production stuff.
Yeah.
But I was always in the lab with them. I saw them do those Intoxicated Demons EP, that Street Level album, Curious George's album. Like I was always in that mix with them, you know what I mean? So I caught that bug, you know what I mean? Like being there. And then I wanted to, you know, start producing and doing my own production and stuff like that.
Okay,
So.
what was your first machine?
First machine I got was a Kai S612, which was a sampler. It was a rack mount sampler.
Yeah.
And I got that from Sam Ash. I must have paid like $600 for it at the time.
Wow.
And then after that, I had the SP1200, the 950. Then, you know, I started moving up, you know, from there.
That's dope. So just being a student to the game, you started analyzing the machinery and started getting around the machinery.
Right.
Was that hard in the beginning or anything?
Yeah, because, you know, anything you work on, if you don't stick to it and you don't put the time and the hours into it, like a lot of people think it, like now it's a little different because people use their laptops and they kind of like, the way they make beats, you could put them together a little bit easier with a laptop, and I'm not knocking them. That's how people do their stuff. But I'm more hands-on with the machines.
Ear, and around. That's dope.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's got to be in you because the machine ain't gonna do it for you.
Exactly.
You gotta incorporate, you know, what you do in hip hop, you know, to make the machine work for you.
Yeah, and you was a student of the real hip hop, the art of hip hop.
Oh, absolutely.
When it was in the beginning, man. Curious George and Beatnuts, those are like my classics, man.
Yeah, 90s
I was in high school. Banging that. I had my little hoopty. Yeah. Always had to have my tape. You know what I mean?
Those are good times, man. Hip hop was good.
Where you originally from?
Queens.
Queens.
Yeah.
How was it growing in Queens back when you was young?
Ah, man, Queens was crazy because that's another place, you know, like everything in Queens was so hip hop, man. Like, you know, I was surrounded by it. I mean, I went to school with G-Rap. Like G-Rap's my G-Rap was my classmate.
No way.
So I'm seeing this guy, you know, we going to school together. He's like rapping and, you know, kicking shit in this, you know, in school and stuff, you know, doing little ciphers and stuff. And then all of a sudden he working with Polo, and then next thing you know, Marley, and next thing you know, he Cool G, you know, it's Cool G-Rap. Like,
listen,
you know what I mean?
How many people could say you went to school with G-Rap, man?
Yeah.
Not too many, man.
Yeah, man. It was amazing, man. Amazing to see the stuff that come up, man. I was like, oh my God.
So it was like Large Pro around that time?
Yeah, Large Pro, because he was working at the studio called Power Play Studios. And then that's where he did the Live at the Barbecue with Nas. But even before that, he was working on all those projects with Eric B. and Rakim and G-Rap. Yeah, we used to go up to Power Play a lot too. So it was just a lot of, you know what I mean?
That's money. Like
man, classic, man. But
so you fell in love with that, and you just had to be part of that cloth. You know what I'm saying?